One thing that I'm learning to love and appreciate about life is that everything happens for a reason. And this is something that I've always been a big believer of. And especially recently, with a lot of things that I feel like were going wrong for me, have just presented themselves as new opportunities for me to learn and grow. And in my last video, I kind of talked about this a little bit about bouncing back and getting up. And I keep thinking about it, and life is what you make of it in a real way, because you can be presented with any situation, but it's how you get around it, and it's about how you respond to those things, and it's about how you use your past self and your past lessons learned to apply it to this new situation. And in turn, it becomes a cycle of, hey, now I'm going to be able to use the things that I learned now for the next time something comes up in my life. And so everything happens for a reason, because you are where you are, you know. You can't be grateful for a past situation. You need to learn how to truly be grateful for what's happening right now. And that's tough. And even for me, you know, I've had a little bit of a hard time with that, but I also have this big sense of peace in my life now, because I know that no matter what happens, I'm going to work at it, and I'm going to derive positivity in all of my experiences and use it to make me a better person. And it's not easy. There are days where you're going to be down on yourself, and I realize that, I understand that, and that's okay. It's okay to be down. It's not okay to stay down. You know, I think that we need to continue to build ourselves up, and I think we do that by gaining that familiarity with who we are and what makes us who we are, what helps us return to ourselves. And, you know, for me, it's been a lot about physical endeavors and, you know, proving to myself that I'm capable of doing hard things. Not just that, it's sitting down with my thoughts, it's sitting down, doing some research. Hey, I'm capable of finding solutions. I'm capable of being an adult. I'm capable of tending to myself, or caring for myself, and taking that right step and changing the narrative. You know, I think that when we're presented with challenges, it can be easy to, you know, wallow in our pain and our sadness and be depressed. But if you can prove to yourself that you can keep getting up, and that you can prove to yourself that you can keep trying, you find yourself, because you find yourself where you are, where your feet are. And there's so much beauty in that, that life is not, you don't just shoot up to the top. You go up, you go down, you go up, you go down, stay stagnant. You can't stay stagnant though, you know? You have to keep trying to get up. And it's trying, I think, is the big message for today. You know, in every single moment, you have the opportunity to choose. And I think that's what makes the present moment a gift. The fact that you get to choose what you do. The beautiful thing about the present moment is that it keeps coming around to give you another chance. So in this present moment, what do? Breathe. Smile. Watch. Be. Just be. You know? You don't have to have everything sorted out for you to start feeling good about yourself. You don't have to have all the plans in motion to start being a human being, to start experiencing. You know, I love self-help culture, but I think that so often in that, it's about, hey, you should hate yourself until you become better. But what I'm realizing in my own life is that you need to love your change. You need to love yourself through the change and in the change. And I have my flaws. I'm well aware of that. I'm not perfect now. I'm not going to be perfect tomorrow, but I'm better than I was yesterday. I'm going to be better tomorrow, because I'm trying right now. And I'm going to put more energy into myself, because no one's coming to save you. No one is coming to save you. We need to be responsible for who we are. We need to find who we are. And it's not easy. It's easily more easily said than it is done. But I think you do that by taking a second to take the AirPods out, put the phone away, just connect with who you are. You know, learn to mediate your self-talk, learn to observe what makes you feel good, learn to observe your limits, and if you can push yourself further, and if you can just sit down and study for 5 more minutes, if you can just keep on running for a couple more minutes, if you can just pick up that weight and push it a little bit harder, if you can read a couple more pages, if you can practice being who you are and cement yourself into who you are, but also having that room for growth, not just cementing yourself in your ways, but knowing that you cement yourself with your love, then I think we would all gain so much perspective and happiness. So I love myself, and you know what? I love everything that happens to me because it's teaching me to grow. It's teaching me that the obstacle truly is the way, and that we can actually use our failures, and failure is just a word. You know, if you keep trying every single day, and if you keep getting up, and if you keep doing the right things, keep on eating the healthy foods, keep on doing the things that make you feel better, you're gonna feel better because you have proof. And just feel good because you can, you know? If you can be in a bad mood for no reason, you can be in a good mood for no reason as well, but we just have to choose that positivity. Not be comfortable with where we are, but love where we are and love ourselves through that growth. And that's what I'm learning to do. I think there's a fine line. And that's what I have to say for today. So, you know, if you're watching this, take care of yourself and keep trying for yourself. And, you know, it doesn't happen overnight. I know it doesn't. It's hard. It's hard to get up every day and give 100% into you. But I do promise that if you keep discovering who you are, you'll have something much greater than anything money could ever buy. You'll have yourself. And I think that's where true strength and true love is founded in. It's founded first in yourself. And you can give it to other people, but I think we need to put more focus and more emphasis on our own personal growth. So that's that. You know, love yourself, take care of yourself. I love you. Take care of yourself. I'm here. Keep trying every single day.